This is a bit of a project that my sister's brought me to try to repair. It's the base of a sewing machine and it had all dropped to pieces. There's a sewing machine in that cardboard box there. It's an old sewing machine, but it had all dropped to pieces. The dowels inside there had snapped that hold it together. It's also got these corner pieces which I've glued back in and pinned back in. I've glued it all back together again in the corners. But what I need to do is, these are the original holes that were drilled, and they were drilled at around about less than 5 mil anyway. So because they've snapped off in there, I need to re-drill that through with the right size drill. Now I've found a drill that's pretty close. So what I need to do is try to make some dowels fit that hole. The original dowels that you get nowadays are around about 6 mil, the nearest ones that you can get. But the problem I've got is the dowel needs to be more or less full length, and I can't hold it in the lathe and turn it down to 4.6, 4.7 mil. So what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and drill a piece of metal with this drill and shape it in such a way that I can push, using the lathe, I can push that dowel through the hole, creating a dowel the same size as that drill, and then I can drill that through there and hopefully tap the dowel in. So here we go, I'm going to set the camera up on the lathe. It's going to be a very quick video if I can. Okay, I found a bit of an offcut that I'm going to use. It's got a little bit of a recess. I don't know whether you can make it out on the camera. It's got a little bit of a recess on this side here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold it on this part here, and that recess is going to stop that from pushing through the jaws. So I need to drill it with this drill bit here through the middle, and then I'm going to try to shape this little bit here so that it's got a sharp edge around the outside edge, so that when it pushes the dowel through the hole, the waste can be ejected sideways. So I'm going to mount this in the chuck now. I'm going to try and do this as fast as I can. That looks about right. I'm going to zoom in on a little bit. Drill this right the way through so the dowel can be ejected from the other side. I'm actually going to be spinning this in reverse. I'm going to turn it in reverse just to do this bit. It's a screw-on chuck, so I've got to be careful. I can only take light cuts because I don't want the chuck to unscrew. Machine it until it gets a really sharp edge on the just the side of the wheel. looking pretty sharp now. So let's do a final cut across there. Okay, the way I'm going to do this now is I'm going to push the tailstock up. I've got a small bit of aluminium that will sit on the lock the tailstock in the end. I'm going to try and push it through, make sure it's lined up. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to try to push that through the tailstock. And that should come out. Then get my next one. Looks lined up okay. Do this 8 times. If you're doing a lot of them, you could machine a piece of aluminium to be positioned on the tailstock and with a hole to hold the dowel. Okay. Zoom out a bit. $4.64mm, 4.62, and the drill bit that I used .57. So let's just have a look, see how good a fit that is in this hole here. There's a nice fit in there. It'll tap in there perfect, I think. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to drill this original hole here through to this part here. See how deep I'm going. That should be deep enough. Blow it out. Bit of wood glue on the dowel. Bit in the hole. I've drilled it deep enough so that if there's too much in it, it's got somewhere to go at the end. try and leave it sticking out a little bit so that it can be sanded off. There you go. That's the finished result. Just needs these sanding down a little bit, the dowels. But it's all together. Needs a hinge repairing on there as well. That one there's okay, but this could do a couple of new hinges on it really. Job done.